Okay.
Yo, the game's on ESPN, right?
Yeah, don't come on till like 6 though.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so excited when this series finally really kicks off. Because
Mhm.
it's just like,
Phoenix versus Clippers.
no, it's bigger. It's deeper than that.
Deeper than that. How
It's
so?
the
deeper,
How
it's deeper
so?
than that.
the Rondo versus Chris Paul. I mean, Chris Paul ain't even gonna play though this whole series probably.
You think he's gonna be out the entire series?
I mean, the league protocol is what is it 10 or 10 to 14 days, and
10 to
like
14 days.
the series might not even last that long. Like,
You think the Suns are gonna beat the Clippers in this series?
I mean, it not unless if they get Chris Paul back, it's going to be close. I think the Clippers are going to come back if they don't have Chris Paul. But then again, the Clippers don't have Kawhi, so it's tough. Both teams are out without a star, so I mean, it's kind of up in the air. I don't necessarily trust Paul George to close out the series.
Because Chris Paul is like the mafia boss that he is as the union president.
Think he'll be back.
I feel like he'll be back in the series if they're down 2-1 or if they're down by 2 games.
Yeah, but I mean they
closeout game.
They did what they needed to do game 1, so
Yeah,
Exactly.
they did.
Now, for me personally, I was gonna say, I think the main man on the floor is Devin Booker though. Like I feel like series are won and lost by the best player, and I think the best player on both sides of the court is D Book right now because he's been lighting it up.
Yeah,
in the playoffs. So I think even without Chris Paul, I think they low key got in the 6.
Yeah, I'm surprised they. I don't know, man. Ty Lue's been like that first game. I was really mad at, or that first series, I was really like mad at Ty Lue. You know, they lost 2 games to Dallas, and like I didn't really understand what he was doing or like how he was playing, but he makes a lot of adjustments. So I gotta give him his respect for that. I think it's a lot of easy adjustments. Like I think the Clippers are deep enough where there's a lot of easy adjustments they can make, especially if a lot of the bench guys for the Suns aren't performing. I mean, like, I think they could do a much better job of containing Ayton and Booker. And that was a big reason why they won the first game, is because those guys went off. But yeah, if you make them rely on like all the other auxiliary guys, I feel like the Clippers have a decent chance, even without Kawhi. I think with Kawhi, I don't think the Suns have a chance because then you can just play ISO. Everybody can play man.
Yeah, but Kawhi's going to be at least out for the whole series, so
yeah, it looked like a pretty bad injury, right?
Yeah, they're not announcing it, but like I kind of feel like it's an ACL injury.
Like yeah.
So yeah, the fact that they're like trying to keep it low key, not saying anything, tells me it's a pretty serious injury.
Right.
But I mean, the Suns, like they got some, like their role players are like Michael Bridges, like he can hit the open shot, like he's kind of more of a versatile wing.
A good two-way player. Yeah, I like him.
3-and-D player, can finish on the fast break. Cameron Payne, like I feel like he's great off the bench, like to give Chris Paul that rest when he needs it. But yeah, as a starter, I don't know. We'll see. He had a pretty solid game 1, so if he can keep playing like that, then I think it's looking bad for the Clippers.
It might be, man.
Yeah,
with the injuries and everything, it might not be so good for the Clippers, but I don't know. Ty Lue's been coaching his ass off this playoff, so I gotta commend him for that. And just see what happens.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask y'all, how do y'all feel about that game 7 between Milwaukee and the Nets? Because we haven't talked about it yet.
Well, first of all,
like those.
First, before we get into that, yo, everyone, audience, this is the Mostly Bullshitted podcast.
I'm Mike.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Solomon.
Yeah, and this is the weekly get together, weekly conversation between 3X college roommates where we, chop it up about politics, sports, current events, things going on in the world, stocks, investments, a lot of important things. And we go into great depth about all their intricacies and nuances, but honestly, we're mostly bullshitting. Hence the name of the podcast, the Mostly Bullshitting Podcast. This week, um, I feel like we'll get to it. Excuse me. We'll get to it later, but I want to call this the hashtag Free Ben Simmons episode. But we'll get to that part later. Let's get to what Solomon wanted to address, the Milwaukee Nets series. I kind of want to go through all the like recent series, so like the conference semifinal round, and just look at each team, because a lot of those teams were like championship or bust kind of quote unquote teams. So what do you speculate the moves they're gonna make moving forward? Let's just get into that for like teams like the Nets, the Jazz, the Sixers. Like what do we think they'll probably do moving forward? And then we'll get into like, excuse me, what's gonna happen moving forward in the playoffs. So let's start with Milwaukee and the Nets. What happened, man? What happened? What do y'all think?
Man, it was a roller coaster. Like I think we sat here like 2 weeks ago when the Nets were up 2-0, or they were like, it was game 2 and they were blowing them out.
Yeah, they were.
And we pretty much said this was going to be a wrap. No questions about it. Like, we might as well just stop talking about this series altogether. We'll see them in the Eastern Conference Final. Lo and behold, Milwaukee gets game 3, surprisingly, to no one's expectation. And in game 4, Kyrie goes down with ankle injury. Second quarter, it was devastating. And from then on, it was literally just KD versus the world. But the basketball team actually came out with the series, but it was a show by KD. Seriously, I was really impressed by him down the series. I mean, outside of the very last shot, but he played crazy. He kind of showed why he's like arguably the best player currently.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to take the same shot twice. That
was a little crazy.
Right, turn around, right shoulder.
Yeah, I thought he should have tried to just like. He should have tried to like pull up into it. Like it probably would have been better if he just shot like a deep ass 3. But
either that or drive and pull up, mid range, try to get fouled. I think he was gassed and he was like, "This game got to be over." This game, like
exactly.
If this don't win the game, then hey, can't cook.
I mean, he was like an inch away from gaming him though, like on the first one. That sucks.
That's so tough though. That shot is so tough for him to be able to hit that.
Imagine if he hit that shot, that would have gone down history.
Yeah, but Milwaukee would have got swept if Kyrie didn't get hurt, in my opinion.
For sure.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been close.
KD and Kyrie were flowing. Like there was no stopping them.
It was great. James Harden really didn't do much.
No.
In his time back. I mean, we expected that. He was literally playing on a string.
We need to talk about the Shanghai shooting guard, though, bro. Talk about
Joe Harris.
Mighty Joe Harris, man. Whoa. That is crazy. That was crazy.
I mean, I just don't. What is it about the playoffs? Is it just like the pressure of the playoffs that just makes players that perform well in the regular season just nothing? Like
disappeared.
It's the pressure. It's how the game is officiated. It's officiated a little bit differently. Obviously, not only the pressure from the fans, but the pressure from your opponent is totally different. So like a lot of guys got a lot of Instagram highlights off weak defense during the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
And so we think really highly of them because they're playing against weak defense during, a who knows Wednesday game midday. Nobody cares. We're trying to get the hell out of here and get to the next city. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, like a lot of guys, they look a lot better when you catch somebody who doesn't really care, who's just collecting a check, because that happens a lot during the regular season. But that's not happening during the playoffs because you get paid for winning.
But I mean, he's also like just missing wide open shots, like the shots that you could usually count on him to make. It just doesn't. I mean,
yeah,
just that little extra bit of
he's
nerves.
a high 3-point field goal percentage right now. I think he's like top 2 in the league, like back-to-back years or something like that. He knows how to put them up. He knows how to put them down. It's just interesting to see how he's just MIA. When there was only KD, like that game 4 where Kyrie went down, Kyrie had 11 points. By the end of the game, Kyrie was the second leading scorer on the Brooklyn Nets.
Damn.
Like it's ridiculous. Like where were the people on the Brooklyn Nets outside of Kevin Durant?
I mean, Bruce Brown was there. Blake was hooping.
Yeah.
Blake was hooping.
A couple games he was.
I was like,
he was showing out.
He was shooting threes.
I mean, like Blake was playing like the perfect role of what he needed to do. Like that's what you expect out of Blake Griffin, like as role player Blake Griffin, you know.
Yeah, he was amazing in the pick and roll. Great, like he can guard fives, guard wings, like great small ball.
He was guarding Giannis too.
Yeah, guarding Giannis. Yeah, he took that to task. Like, I mean, Giannis still went for 40 every night, but like, you know, he had to take hella shots to get it. He was hella tired trying to get it. Couldn't do nothing on defense trying to get that 40. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, man,
that's crazy.
I'm just surprised that Joe Harris just didn't do what he was paid to do. It was just ridiculous. It was just like, I don't get how he gets so. I'm just surprised that there's like no one's on his head about not.
I mean, I know why. There's a more popular target. There's a more popular target Brandon in the field right now. But it's not in this series.
I'm just saying on the Nets. Who's the more popular target on the Nets? What, Harden?
Oh no! I was just gonna say not on the Nets. But maybe even they would have played Harden though. Because Harden, they knew he was not fully 100% when he stepped on the court. Right. No, I was actually talking about Ben Simmons specifically when I mentioned that. Like on the public side. Like,
yeah, Ben Simmons is getting it.
There's not really Brooklyn Nets fans out there. You know that, right? Like, they don't really
exist.
They're not really there. It's like the San Diego Chargers.
I just despair.
It's just a town of New York Knicks fans. So there's no real madness that's going to come towards Joe Harris's way.
That's crazy. That's real. It's not really that serious because it's such a small market. It's such a neat. It's like it's not even just a small market. It's a niche market within an already large market. It's in a large market.
Yeah.
But it's like
the
off-white Knicks.
Yeah, and I mean, and even like in discussions with the Nets, I mean, Joe Harris probably isn't the number he's the number 4 name mentioned, not even number 4. Like as soon as Blake came, he probably became like the 6th man essentially when it comes to like options on offense. So like that's probably why he kind of little reason that he disappeared as well, and why he's not really getting as much heat as Ben Simmons is, just because like Ben Simmons is supposed to be the second star of the team. Dropping less than 10 points a game is insane.
So that's a good point, Mike, because I feel like that's a big thing is spacing. That changes when you add another player on the court. As the spacing changes, your looks are different because you're trying to get. I mean, you're a professional, so you're getting to your spot, on the court. That's what you get. That's what you're paid to do. You're paid to shoot and put the ball in the basket. So you're gonna do that at wherever you're the most efficient at. And you're going to try to integrate that within what everyone else is doing. And it's hard to do that when you add another superstar like Blake. So that might have messed up his spacing. I saw Blake shooting a lot more threes, maybe in the spots that Joe Harris would have been. He would have been the outlet. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't really think of it that way quite. But yeah, Blake definitely took away from Joe Harris's touches for sure. And yeah, like I don't know who was their power forward before Blake came. Like, was he more of an inside presence or was he also a stretch four?
I thought KD was going to stretch for him.
I thought KD was.
Oh, okay. Oh, because Blake's running 5. Never mind. So yeah.
Yeah, Blake's the 5.
Yeah. So like now, instead of having a big that's in the middle, you have a big that's on the perimeter. And yeah, this takes it. Yeah.
Like DJ was just in the dunker spot the whole time.
Yeah. You didn't have to worry about him leaving that like paint area.
Dunker spot, just going back and forth. That was it.
Yeah.
He's not getting your flow or nothing. Blake does whatever the fuck he wants.
Different game.
Blake just makes shit up. You know what I mean?
But yeah, that
I was just gonna say that's the same thing. I think is the problem with Ben Simmons in Philly is that when he plays with Embiid, the spacing is just totally off because Embiid plays from the perimeter. like Embiid's all in the way.
But he's also an inside presence in which like Ben Simmons, he needs to get into the paint. That's the only way he can score. Yeah. So he's just in the way.
He's just in the way.
Yeah, the system doesn't fit him. The system doesn't fit him at all, man. I feel like Ben Simmons definitely has the opportunity to be a star somewhere else where it's a bit more free flowing and you have like a stretch center that's not all in the lane.
Yeah.
Playing like a Draymond-like role. Like it can have like he can definitely create for different shooters in the right environment with the right coaching system. But this is definitely a coaching system set up around Joel Embiid. I feel like Steph Curry has kind of slotted into that JJ Redick role kind of nicely, but like he was kind of exposed in Game 7 because you saw what Herter did. Game 7 put it up a nice little 25. And it's just like there's like offensively he can't really operate. Defensively there's someone they have to hide. So for right now, for me, the Sixers weren't going to necessarily make it far enough, but Ben Simmons has his own issues to worry about, really, because it's going to be interesting to see like what do you think are his next steps? Like, should he immediately look for another team?
Is he a free agent?
Figure it out? No, he's on a 5-year 180.
Oh shit!
This is like is this his second year on it?
Oh shit! Yeah, they got to trade him.
Solomon, this is God's plan. This is divine intervention. This is what's going on. No, bro, he has to get the hell up out of Philly. Like Joel Embiid is toxic. That fool was blaming everyone else except himself. It had 8
Threw him under the bus.
No, threw
Ben Roethlisberger.
Doc Rivers, toxic. Threw him under the bus. Like, no, get up out of there. Like, they're talking crazy about you to the press. It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Nah.
But at the same time, like he was very timid though. Like there was a play where he had like a wide open layup or like he could have dunked on Trae Young. Like that's there's fine. No reason you should not have taken that shot.
There's that one play.
It went viral.
There's that one play. Joel Embiid had 8 turnovers. And I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like, they're not, and if you're watching the fourth quarter, they're not even calling Ben Simmons' number to even take a shot. Like, I understand, like, yeah, be more aggressive, but they're not even trying to pass him the ball. Like, they're not trying to get him the ball at all. Like, everyone that isolates is Joel Embiid, Seth Curry, Tobias Harris, like, and then there's catch and shoot.
Seth Curry is getting a shot.
And then like Ben Simmons is just like, okay, I'm gonna, pick and roll with Embiid, give him the ball, and then go to the, go sit at the block and just wait for something to happen. Try to get a tip in or something and get an offensive rebound. And that's all he does. And then but I mean, one of the best defenders in the league, like, was locking Trae up. Like Trae, I mean, you gotta commend with Atlanta, you gotta commend everybody else on the team. and the coaching, because they were all executing. They were all being professionals. Like they were being straight up professionals. Like, and it was like really cool to watch. They remind me, when I watch them, they kind of remind me of the Young Warriors, man. I can't even lie.
Wow.
They kind of remind me of the Young Warriors, man. Back when we was trying to do something, but we didn't have no proof.
Yeah, well,
it all starts with the belief. It all starts with the belief, man.
Yeah, man. But speaking of the Warriors, and speaking of Ben Simmons,
speaking of,
the perfect. No, honestly though, if we got Ben Simmons, it's over for y'all.
It would be over.
You would want to run him as the 3?
Yes.
Yeah, trade him.
Yeah, that's probably that's a way better position for him.
Yeah, we would trade Wiggins and the pick that Minnesota gave us to get rid of Wiggins.
Yeah, that's actually a great fit for him.
So
team that spreads the floor, he can drive, have wide open paint. Like,
we do not need someone.
Fast breaks will be crazy.
That's all he wants to do is fast break. But Joel Embiid is.
that slow ass pump fake.
Slow ass, but like, come on now. He's taking it like 10 seconds.
That's not gonna help nobody.
Every possession. It's like you can't win with that.
Line.
You can't win with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid needs it. They should have traded Ben Simmons for Harden if they were smart.
Mm-hmm.
If they were smart, they would have traded Ben Simmons for Harden, because Harden is a player that Joel Embiid would fit with.
Work well with, yeah. I see that for sure.
They would just do like a Kobe Shaq thing where they just taking turns.
Yeah. 1,000%.
But yeah, man, hey, this also gives credence to when I was saying how Doc Rivers really isn't that great of a coach. Like, he had the pieces, like he's always had the pieces, and like they just he never runs the right plays at the right time to, like, when you need to get a bucket. Like,
the Hawks came back 25 points.
Yeah.
Like we have to remember these things, like when we talk about him now. Like, I understand he got, like, has he been back to the conference finals since he won with the Celtics?
Nope.
To the conference finals? No.
Nope.
The Clippers did it before he did.
Yeah, Clippers didn't make it to the conference finals until just now.
Yep. Wow. That's what I'm saying, man. Wow. Like, I know, like, he gets this rap as like a legendary coach, but like I feel like
Rondo, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett.
When he has stars of those caliber on his team, like he relies too much. He relies too much on like his superstars, like when in crucial moments, to just kind of get their shot and get a bucket, when like sometimes you need to run a play to surprise it. Yeah, you need to get like a play to get somebody else open, catch the other team by surprise. It's like, it's easy to predict, oh, they're going to ISO Joel Embiid on the high block, on the block, and then like just let him go to work. And then the double team comes, oh, he's going to kick it out to Seth. Like, that's an easy play to read, you know?
Yeah.
Simple pick and rolls don't work.
Yeah, they don't these days. We're in a different league. Steph changed it. What was it, 2013?
Pick and rolls only work for like knockdown shooters like Steph, Dame. Yeah, it's like probably those two. Like the only.
But KD. Even then, he made the big man disappear, in the sense that, like, to be an effective big man, you have to keep the ball movement flowing. If you're a ball stopper in this league, it's pretty much over for you. You can't. It's really hard to become a superstar unless you are like one of the best ball handlers in the league. Like, especially at a big man, you got to be able to keep that ball flowing, which is what Jokic does. It's what some other big men do in this league today. But more and more, we see kind of that Blake Griffin 5, the Draymond Green 5. Like, we're in an era where it's going to be hard to have that type of big man on a championship team. Like, there's instances for defensive purposes, I think it'll be beneficial. Like, you still see DeAndre Ayton putting in work. But there's going to be instances where if you can't close out to the three, like we saw with Rudy Gobert, you will get hurt. And it's all about how kind of versatile your big man is to kind of stretch out to that 3-point line. And that's something I don't think Joel Embiid can do.
But he is able to hit the three, though. That's the thing. He just like
he is offensively. He's able to stretch the floor.
Joel Embiid can really shoot. He can really shoot.
But he just doesn't. He doesn't move the ball quick enough. I think
he's a ball stopper, and then two, defensively, he can also be a liability against small lineup.
He's toxic. He only cares about Joel Embiid. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, the process.
He is the process.
Yeah.
See, I thought the process was a team thing when they had the old coach. Old coach was cool with Ben Simmons. But, you know, we got Doc Rivers coming in. He brings his son-in-law, his boy Tobias.
You know which are great players. Like, they're great players to, like, have, but, like, they need to be
they're getting the ISOs,
a smaller role.
They're getting the ISOs, and Ben Simmons is just, I guess,
what do I do?
I guess we're not, I mean, whatever.
I'll be over here. I'll hang out.
It's on y'all. But please, Philly, trade Ben Simmons.
We'll be ever so grateful.
Please.
Yeah. This could be great. This could be wonderful for both sides.
I mean, it would
wonderful.
It'd be pretty good for Philly because I think Wiggins would be doing really well in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I think he would get a lot of confidence in the East. He'd be that guy, and he had the space to do it.
And Wiggins, like he has us. I mean, it's not the best jumper, but it's a better jumper than Ben Simmons. Like, I mean, you gotta respect it.
They can pass him the ball.
Yeah,
and he can hit that. Yeah, he's not. And he can pull up. He's tall enough to pull up, shoot over you. Like, that's really all it is. That's really all they need.
Right, but us, we don't need shooters. We just need somebody who can, like, get to the basket really fast once Steph passes on the ball, because Steph's getting double teamed. So if you can get to the basket faster than the defense can react, you're a good guy for us.
Yeah. I mean, instant title contenders again. Ben Simmons comes back. Like,
with Clay and Poole will be playing better, and hopefully we'll be able to keep Wiseman. I always talk mess about Wiseman, but you know, I thought about it. He's really young, and you know, you can't teach like some of the stuff that he's able to do. So,
he just needs time. He'll fall into that role.
Yeah,
100%. He'll definitely be able to kind of learn experience along the way. He got like a mostly healthy first year. He did get like hurt here and there, but you know, it's just with time. With time, you'll be able to kind of learn how to like close out on a 3-point jump shot, like kind of playing your role, get a feel for your game in the NBA with like the dudes that are bigger, quicker, and stronger. I think it just takes some time to adjust. Like, I think like for most players, they're kind of breakout years, like between that third and that fourth year in terms of reaching their like peak performance. If they don't make it, like if you don't see any true progression past that point, it's kind of a scary situation. So I don't count them out after the first year.
Yeah, I can't count them out. But I don't know. Let's go to the other teams though. What was the other team? Denver.
Utah.
Oh, Utah.
Oh, you do or either one.
Let's talk about Utah. You right, man, because y'all be talking about Gobert like he's all this, all like that fool is so. Oh,
I mean,
man.
I mean, he's a good defensive player, like big man presence. But yeah, on offense, he lacks. You know, he just relies on pretty much lobs or garbage points to get buckets. Like, you can't really go to him in a half court set.
He's a strictly defensive player in my eyes. It's so crazy. He got paid $200 million for defense.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, the amount of money he gets paid, like he's not that much better than a lot of centers already out here that are 7 feet athletic. That, you know, he's getting cooked at the same rate. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he's good at timing blocks, like he's good at timing things when people come into the paint. Like that's really all he excels at. Like if he has to extend, if he has to extend out and like guard a guard on the perimeter, like there's
Solomon is Bam better than Gobert?
I would say so. I would say so. I think he brings more value to the team.
I would say so.
Because Bam can he can dribble, he can
I mean,
he can score, he's fast, he's faster.
You can pass it to him in the block and let him go at a guy bigger or smaller than him one-on-one.
Right.
But like he can be quick. He's quicker than the big guys. He's like taller. Like he knows how to use his like height on the small dudes. Like he is solid offensively, and he knows how to kind of cover his spaces on the defensively too.
The difference between him and Gobert is much taller, and that means something in basketball.
Yeah,
man. Who can save Donovan Mitchell? Does he have to leave, or can Utah make a move to?
I don't know who they're gonna see. The thing is with Utah,
I don't think they can switch this team up. I don't think they can.
I don't think they can switch the team up, but they got to be a lot. They play too conservative.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to have another scoring threat out there with Donovan Mitchell rather than guys who play defense, like protecting Donovan Mitchell.
Defense. What about Jordan? You want Jordan Clarkson in the starting lineup?
Yeah, I think Jordan Clarkson needed to be in the starting lineup. I would rather have him in.
That's who they go to in the second. That's who they go to in the second.
Right, but I would
the
rather
second team. He usually like takes it.
But I would rather have another scoring threat playing with Donovan Mitchell than a Mike Conley, who's kind of more like a pass first kind of guy. I mean, he can score a little bit, but he's more of a pass first guy. I mean, he was hurt too. And you got other guys who are just 3-and-D guys like Ingles and Royce O'Neal at the power forward. You got Bogdanovich, who really just shoots, like he put the ball on the floor a little bit, but not too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like once he cools, like if he gets hot, he's hot. But like when he cools off,
he's nowhere to be found.
Right, Donovan Mitchell can play. He could be a great scoring point guard. Like you need to have, I think, another good isolation threat on the floor with him.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, they essentially just got to wait for the next big free agent, or because I mean no one on that team has trade value except Donovan Mitchell.
No, I mean you can.
I give Bogdanovich and Jordan Clarkson some trade value.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I mean not enough for another scoring threat that they would need. Yeah. Like maybe you'd have to throw Gobert in there, even though like he probably doesn't have much value, but like his name will give him a little bit of value alone.
Too much money though.
Yeah.
They gave him too much money. It's hard. It's gonna be a hard pill to swallow for most teams.
Yeah, I don't know. I that's my advice, Utah. If you're listening, start Jordan Clarkson.
Shout out to Mormon.
Mike Conley be your sixth man.
Yeah. Probably.
We did it with Iguodala.
Right. He's older. It makes more sense for him to be the one doing it. Six men need to be older vets. That's how
I like that. I like how that. I actually kind of like that. Yeah, have Michael Conley facilitate the 3-and-D guys on the bench.
Right.
But you would be concerned about defense a little bit, though, right? Because if you're losing your 3-and-D guys, you're kind of inserting JC.
Like you're losing Mike Conley. Mike Conley is kind of.
Okay. He's.
I'm saying you're having Donovan Mitchell run point like he was doing because Mike Conley was out, and Clarkson play next to him. Right. Yeah. Instead of having Ingles and
would you want Bogdanovich as a 3, or would you want Ingles as a 3?
I would want Bogdanovich as the 4, and Ingles and Royce O'Neal can fight it out in practice. I don't really care.
Yeah. Okay. Is Bogdanovich that tall?
No. I mean, I think he's like 6'7", 6'8", but he's really stocky, so he can, he's like more like kind of like a Boris Diaw kind of build.
Mm-hmm.
So he can still stay in front of, like, he's not gonna get moved by bigger people.
Right.
But yeah. No, that's my advice to Utah. And then the other team was Denver. I think Denver was just unfortunate, Jamal Murray
Yeah,
got hurt.
I barely blinked, and then that series was over.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even catch. I don't think I caught like a game, like half of a game, but I wasn't really paying attention to that series. It was just over before I even could think about it.
Yeah, for
Did
real.
y'all
Like
see what happened?
was it the only sweep of the playoffs?
I think so.
Yeah, and I don't think there were any other sweeps. Like everyone else, like they at least won a game. Like even Boston won a game against the Nets.
You gotta give Denver their props for getting Portland up out of here.
Oh, true.
True.
I mean, Portland, that's another team that's another guy who needs saving.
Yeah, man. Where's who let's go to
CJ.
Portland because the Denver is that's easy to say what the problem was. They didn't have Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is like they rely on him for offense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there you go.
They have an out.
What was that?
I just said they have an out.
That's that's a big out. But for what was the other team we were talking about? Portland. What's the problem? Obviously they're trying to get rid of CJ because everyone's like CJ need to go, and I agree. I've been saying CJ need to go.
Yeah, he's a scorer, but like I don't know, he can't do it. I don't think he can really do it on the other end of the floor.
He can't defend anymore. No, because
his
back is fucked.
Yeah, and
you can't have two players like that on the court at the same time.
Yeah, like if he was if CJ was more like Clay, where like he can just spot up and just knock down, but like I think he's also more of a ball dominant guy. He needs to kind of shoot off the dribble.
Yeah, he plays.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean either someone needs to save Dame, or they need to use CJ as a trade to trade for somebody. But I really don't know like who would be the person to fit on that team. Maybe if they get Joel Embiid, that'd be a good. I mean, if that happened somehow, but
it's not gonna help this team at all.
Philly would have to blow it up.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that, but
they're not doing that at all.
They'll trade Ben Simmons, but they're not gonna.
I think Portland needs a two-way guard who can shoot the three and play defense.
Yeah,
that just plays at a high level.
Yeah,
that's all I see for them. Like they need defense. They need because you can't hide two guards on the floor at the same time. Like you can't do that in this league.
Yeah, so who would be a good fit? I know Solomon, you ain't gonna like this, but Jimmy Butler would probably be a good fit for Portland.
Paul George too.
Yeah,
Paul George too.
You think they'll trade Paul George? The Clippers will trade Paul George?
No, they won't.
No, they wouldn't. Unless
no, they won't.
Let's be.
We're just talking about good fits.
Let's be realistic though. Let's be realistic. Let's not talk about like.
I mean, I think the Heat could trade Jimmy Butler. I mean, if they were getting if for like CJ McCollum and I don't know some other.
I don't think that he would kind of go for that though.
I don't think so either, because Jimmy Butler is a defensive stopper.
Yeah. Oh, then they just got to wait for the next free agent. Then Jimmy
Butler went crazy in the.
You got to wait and see. Maybe they can get Ben Simmons.
No, that wouldn't work either. I don't think that would work for them.
People were saying like if Ben Simmons gets traded for CJ McCollum, Dame's gonna demand a trade immediately. And I agree. I think he would. Like, why would you get another point guard or a guy who like typically plays point guard? Like, I'm not trying to be a catch and shoot player. Like,
he's not.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what. Well, I mean, I think Kawhi's contract's about to be up. So I mean, if Kawhi made the move to Portland, that'd be crazy. I think
Jay would want to play with Kawhi.
I don't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't either.
Yeah, like I mean, like Kawhi ain't gonna bother nobody. Like and like he's just gonna keep his head down, play his game. He's not really much of a vocal leader, but like Dame could rely on. Like it would be someone Dame could rely on in the clutch.
I just wonder like what happens like when things go like sideways. Like, do you think because Dame's a vocal leader, do you think he would ever bark at like Kawhi to pick it back up? Because I don't think like with the Clippers, nobody talks to Kawhi like that.
I just don't think I don't think anybody talks to Kawhi like that in general. Like I feel like Kawhi, like he's at that level. Like I mean, he's a superstar in the league. Like he's untouchable. Like I don't think Dame would necessarily is going to get in his face or anything like that. Like I think they could coexist.
I think so.
Yeah.
If Kawhi is trying to get up out of the Clippers, I mean, because I don't know. I feel like he would stay in the Clippers because that's.
Yeah, I don't think he has a reason to move. I think he likes to stay close to home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he only signed like a 2-year contract, so.
Right. But that's what this is like the LeBron move.
It's like LeBron move.
Right?
Keep his options open.
Right.
Yeah,
the max increases every year. You re-sign for the new max based on the new cap.
Right.
Yeah.
He's doing the LeBron move, so just getting his money, Mike. That's all.
LeBron paved the way.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Sure.
But yeah, man.
This shit. Did we talk about that last series? The other series in the West? Oh, we did.
Which one?
We already talked about Utah.
We didn't talk about Dallas Clippers.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Dallas. What's up with Luka? Luka or Porzingis? Whoa. Yeah, Porzingis is also on the.
Man, that gotta be on this. That man is on the show. That man looks like he looked like he was playing in his rookie season. Like, what are these numbers?
So like I wonder what happened to him. Was it the injuries or is it like his numbers were just inflated because he was on a shitty team in New York? Like
Kevin Love effect.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. No, personally, I was shocked by the way like KP fell off this season. Like he is putting up mediocre numbers, and it's just like when you look at like the Dallas team, they're like leaning on Luka to do things for the team. Like they're asking
pretty much
too
everything.
much of Luka, night in and night out. And you're looking at this dude, and he's supposed to be like was the star of New York when he was traded to Dallas. It was like there was hype around him because there was hope that they could have a stretch that could shoot the three, have like an offensive game, and now he's just like Tim Hardaway Jr. is playing better than him. Like he is not like the second option on the floor. He's just like part of the team now. Like it's crazy to see how like he's not even relevant.
They thought it'd be like Dirk, but you know,
Dirk Nash.
Yeah, Dirk is like one of the best scorers ever.
Yeah, Dirk was something else.
Yeah, he can't shoot like that.
Yeah, I feel like Porzingis, he was a shooter, but like I just feel like maybe teams just adjusted to him because like once he has the ball, like he really can't. He's not that great of a ball handler.
Right. He's
like
not doing, yeah.
And like other than that, all he can really do is just shoot. And if you can stop that by just getting in his airspace, like
he's not even like trying to like triple threat or anything. Like, you know, like he's not even trying to jab step at anybody really. Like he's just turning around and just shooting. Like he's like,
yeah, like he just needs to like he could develop like a post fade or something like that. Like he's got the height for it. Like that'd be great for him, but just doesn't seem like maybe it was just the way he was being coached. Like he was just out of his element. But it's just so weird for a player to
Rick
be
Carlisle,
able to do what
he stopped coaching, right? He's not gonna be the coach anymore.
Yeah, he resigned.
No.
So I don't know, man. Luka might want out of there, man, because Luka, I feel like he deserves a better team.
He definitely does. Guess who else deserves a better team?
Who?
Zion Williamson.
I mean,
he deserves a better franchise for sure.
I mean, but that team is just super young though too. Like they got time, but like they definitely need another piece. But like I think with Lonzo as point, that's it's okay. Like he can get the job done, but they just need like they need like a super nice shooting guard or another small forward.
Nobody's coming, Mike. Nobody's going
Yeah.
to New Orleans.
I guess.
N-O-P. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna sign any free agents moving forward, I don't think. So it sucks, how like they're not able to help boost like the economy of these cities that they're in to like make it like destinations that people would want to go to. But I don't know. How do you feel about league parity so far? Like, do you feel like there's too many? Like, we talked about super teams, but do you feel like, the Nets are out? Like, there are no really super teams like left in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, outside of the Nets, I don't really see any super teams. I mean, like the Lakers aren't necessarily a super team, just LeBron and AD. Outside of them, like there's nobody. It's like they're all really well balanced teams.
Yeah, there's no teams other than the Nets with 3 bona fide superstars right now. Yeah. It's all good. But yeah, that's it. Like, so yeah, I think the playoffs were pretty balanced this year.
And I think it's gonna have a great finish too. Like this is like exciting. Like this is the first, like all of these teams haven't really been here like this before. There's gonna be a new crown. Like I genuinely don't know who's gonna win the ship this year. And I haven't had that feeling about like the playoffs in like, I mean maybe in Toronto, but like I realized after those both KD and Clay went down, but like I haven't like been in this type of situation in a very long time, so it's really exciting to see who kind of comes out with this. Like I think my theory about it is like the best player on the best team usually lifts his team up as long as they're good enough to provide like basic support. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean,
what do
right now,
what do y'all think about that? Yeah.
Well, I mean, basing that off best player on a team that can support him, right now it's looking like Phoenix. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they won.
You think the best player in the playoffs right now is Devin Booker?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I believe so. I personally consider him better.
Put up his first career triple double, 40, 10, and 11, I think, last game.
He's better than Giannis, really.
I mean,
I think Giannis is more athletically gifted.
Yeah, but like as far as like you need a bucket, like final shot, like I'm going to like Devin Booker is who I'm going with in this playoffs in general. Like who you need to get buckets in clutch time.
You got a Chris Paul over Giannis, bro. Like for them clutch time shots.
Yeah. I know Giannis puts up numbers, but like I said, they're always, most of them are on fast break attempts or like, I mean, he started hitting his free throws in that game 7 a little bit. Free throws, like put back, gets the offensive board, just goes back up because he's more athletic and bigger than everybody. But like when it comes to like half court set, you need a bucket. Devin Booker is the guy in the playoffs right now.
Yeah. Yo, at Atlanta Phoenix finals, that was lit.
Yeah.
At Atlanta Phoenix finals, that would be lit.
Actually, that's another player though, Trae Young, who could be in that argument for
he's absolutely in that argument.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the Clippers can do. I think the game's about to start.
Yep.
I still feel like they'll be able to beat the Suns, but man, I hope Chris Paul comes back so he can prove once and for all.
so you can see
once
the
and for all that Rajon Rondo.
I don't care.
You're waiting, Brandon.
Like the
Right now,
Warriors are not in the
it's not looking
playoffs, so
good
I
for you,
don't care who
Brandon.
wins. But I just want everyone to see on national television that Rajon Rondo is a better point guard.
The true greatness.
Rondo is gonna keep getting those like 10 minutes a game.
Yeah, Chris Paul
off the bench
on the court. First game back is gonna have
22 last game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot the previous series. I think he was even inactive or something, like a game or two or something like that. But that was an adjustment Ty Lue made. They won those games, I think. So more power to Ty Lue.
It worked out. Ty Lue made great coaching decisions.
Right. But I
And
think
now they're here.
I think they're gonna have Rondo out there guarding Chris Paul.
Like, not the primary point guard, obviously. You're lying. Because, Reggie Jackson's been playing amazing.
Yeah.
Hooping, but he's more of a shooting guard.
Yeah. But they have, who they have as a two usually? They have Terrence Mann as a two right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
He's a big reason they beat Utah.
Huge. Oh my God. That man had a best game of his life.
Yeah.
Like, that's lit. In a game 6. It was a win or go home game though. So let's stand here at game 7 to me.
Yeah.
That was a great performance. Like, he was doing his thing. Like, I never would have thought, like, this man woke up and said, you know what? I might as well fill in the shoes of Kawhi Leonard. Like, and like he did what, like, if that was a Kawhi Leonard stat line, we'd be like, wow, Kawhi Leonard, some crazy game. But that's this man's best game in his entire career, at the right time, right place, man. I don't know exactly, like, man, that's divine timing. Divine timing. Crazy to see. But I feel like he's earned that spot. Like, I don't think Rondo's gonna be able to take that from him unless he really fucks up.
Yeah.
I don't know. So who you guys got now that we see who's left? Who you guys got winning these next two series and the championship? And then we'll reconvene during the finals.
What do you say for finals? Both these series. With no Kawhi, I have the Suns. And then again between Milwaukee and Atlanta, I think I'm just gonna go with Atlanta. Atlanta Suns finals.
I am concurring with Mike. I'm going with an Atlanta Suns final. It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna go with Clippers Atlanta.
So either way, should be a lit series.
Yeah,
it should be a lit series either way.
The Bucks, though, they might mess around and win the championship. that's
that
not
too.
Outside, because they beat the Nets, and you guys felt that the Nets were gonna win, right?
Yeah, but that was before Kyrie went down.
That's before Kyrie went. Dang, man. Yeah,
it's a very big factor. We're gonna put an asterisk on it, even though we don't like to put asterisks on series, because they were about to run away with that series.
I feel like they were, but the Nets made great adjustments. They played great basketball, and I definitely respect the adjustments that Milwaukee made. How Giannis stepped up. Made a lot of his free throws in that last game. Wasn't afraid to shoot.
That was a loud crowd.
Yeah, that the crowd was going in on him, like, to that fucking count.
That count was destiny.
Yeah, if they play great team basketball, I feel like they might be the ones to win. But Atlanta's playing great team basketball as well, and I don't think they're gonna let Brooklyn had a lot of non-factors on the court at times, like players who weren't really people
ready for the moment.
Yeah,
they were prepping up, put that in the resume up.
Right.
But yeah, everyone on the Atlanta team is a threat to score. So
Atlanta got way more scores.
Lemon Pepper Lou, Danilo Gallinari,
Herder,
Yeah,
Herder,
Capella
Bogdanovich.
inside.
Bogdanovich, yeah, Capella. Wow, they're a team to be scared of. They got shooters. They even got Okoye, the rookie. They put him in there for some burn too.
Yeah, the rookie's been playing good for them. He went to like USC, I think, right?
You know,
Yeah, so we'll see.
man,
We'll see, man.
we will see.
And who you guys got winning after the
Winning it
championship?
all.
Yeah.
I think I'd have Phoenix.
I got Phoenix too. I think Devin Booker with like if Devin Booker can make it until Chris Paul comes back, I think that'll be like the boost that they'll need to kind of come back. I feel like Chris Paul will come back hungrier than ever. Because when you step away from the game, you have to see your teammates kind of, put in that work for you. I think it gives you like another drive. I think Chris Paul, never having won a ring, will realize, oh shit, I only have like 5 games left. I'm going to exert all of my energy that I've been resting for this entire time. He's been quarantined working out. So I think he's going to be ready to go.
Yep.
I'm going to take back my Atlanta in the finals. I'm going to say Clippers, Bucks. I'm going to say Bucks.
Okay. So who's your pick now?
I'm going to say Bucks win it.
Okay. All valid possibilities. That's the crazy.
What was that, Brandon? I didn't catch that.
I'm gonna say Bucks win it. I think it's gonna be an entertaining series with Atlanta, but I think the Bucks, they got too much experience coming into that, and they don't got nobody for Giannis. They don't got nobody for a lot of their players.
True.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right.
Damn. Well, this is good, man. I mean, I'm excited. Have you heard any news on the Olympic squad? Like who's confirmed? Like I think it's a 16-man team. I've already heard of Bam Adebayo. I've heard of KD. I've heard of Dame. Are there any other? Okay, Draymond's gonna be on that list.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
I saw Harden and I saw Bradley Beal.
Yeah,
Harden and Bradley Beal will be dope. That's what's up. Damn, this squad's gonna for sure win. I wonder who that starting five is gonna be.
Devin Booker is on this list.
Ooh.
Kevin Love and Chris Paul. Yeah, that'd be. That's a fucking shooting team. Jeez. They're gonna break some records.
100%. That's good. That's what's up. Y'all excited for the Olympics?
Yeah, more basketball, man. Basketball.
I know it's a great summer. It's a great summer for sports.
3 a.m. basketball. It's gonna be
great. I'll watch the replay.
All right, you gotta just watch the replay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be up for that at all.
But it's cool, man.
They'll make sure to play the USA games later.
I feel like even watching like the other sports are cool. Just watching, just people at the peak of what they do. Just don't.
Simone Biles probably gonna go off.
Yeah, Simone Biles and Sha'Carri Richardson. A lot of track athletes.
We ain't gonna see Naomi. Or is there even tennis in this Olympic run?
I don't know. I think there is. But
we ain't seeing her.
What's the score of the game right now?
It hasn't even started yet.
Good time.
Yeah.
They're taking their sweet time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we should probably just wrap it up.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm hyped for the playoffs. I'm excited that we put our predictions down. I don't know about Brandon's pick, but I think the Suns gonna, pull that out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I just gotta. I don't know. I feel like Rondo. You don't think Chris Paul is coming back?
I mean, if he does, it'll be like game 6, 5 or 6.
Will even get that far?
Yeah, like
Marcus Morris isn't playing either, huh?
What's up?
He isn't.
I heard Marcus Morris wasn't gonna play. Like he's gonna be he was a little bit hurt.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Is he
Looked
not
okay
playing?
last.
What was that?
Is he not playing tonight?
I have no clue.
I'm not sure.
I'm checking right now.
On another note, have you guys watched Dwayne Wade's new show?
No.
The Cube.
I have not.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Like,
Damn. Okay.
I liked the first episode.
That's what's up.
The games that they have to play are actually pretty difficult. And there's like a lot at stake. It's kind of like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type thing where if you go in and play the game, you can't leave and you lose all the money that you won up until that point if you don't beat the game.
Damn.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I've seen like some advertisements for it because I follow Do It on Instagram, but I never I haven't been into those types of shows for a very long time. So I was just kind of like wondering, like, should I do it? Should I not? But would you recommend it, Mike?
Yeah, it's also pretty hype too, because one of the the assists you can get is Dwayne Wade will come in and do the game for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
That is kind of tight.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy. All right. That's what's up. So I might have to give this a look, see what's up. See what's the max prize you can get on that show?
I think it's $250,000.
Okay, that's not bad of a budget.
Yeah.
That's solid. Wow. Man, trying to be the next Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he he set himself up well to get on this TV life, was on TNT with the guys, and then now he's got hosting his own show. So I can see D Wade being on television for a long time for
show. That's an easy bag.
Yeah,
that's
super easy.
Yeah, that's the move.
Shout out to the boy.
Yep. All right, Dan.
All right, y'all. This was fun. I'm probably gonna be watching right after this. Let's see. Yep. I kind of low key. There's a little part of me that wants Paul George to step up because it's just I love the story arc. After
playoff P, pandemic P becomes playoff P.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He's turning it around. It's kind of crazy to see. So I fuck with it. I kind of like it. I actually just like both the series. So it's gonna be tough to see what they do tonight.
Yeah, without Kawhi, Kawhi's probably not coming back. You said Marcus Morris is playing, Solomon?
Well, he's not on the injury list report.
So I'll stay with my Clippers pick because I think Ty Lue is a decent coach, and if you guys don't think Chris Paul's out too, I'm gonna stick with the Clippers.
For sure.
Marcus Morris is starting, so he's good.
Yeah.
It's good. All right, man. It's good.
So then, y'all. Well, thanks again, everyone, for listening. This has been the Mostly Bullshit podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our Instagram, M.B.S.podcast, and subscribe to, or follow us on Instagram, and then subscribe to our YouTube, Mostly Bullshit. But yeah, anything else y'all want to say? Want to plug?
I'm all good.
Now, just for all the fans out there, go check out the Euro 2020 Soccer Championship. It's lit. So if you want to just rotate the vision, go play some soccer. It's out there on ESPN.
So
that's it.
So yeah, and then the Olympics are coming up. We'll definitely be talking about that. That'll be lit. So see y'all then. Peace out.
Yes, sir.
Peace.